Well, I'd had a long-term back problem, probably from my early 20s, and it was an injury that, well, I think it was an injury sustained from a previous job, and it was sort of a manual handling problem, which then manifested itself over a number of years of probably not getting it sorted out properly. I then went through pregnancy, and I thought it would go away after pregnancy, and it was still very much there, and it sort of came and went at different times, and I just didn't really know what I could do with it. I'd already been to a chiropractor, an osteopath, and nothing had really changed. I got a bit of relief to start with, but then slowly it would come back again. I think it was after a conversation with you about I think it came from a general conversation, obviously about what you do and following our one-to-one, but I think the fact that you were more inclined to explore some of the reasons which may have caused it that I hadn't actually considered, things and also other things. I found it really interesting about, obviously, that I had a C-section, and that may have had an impact on, how I was put back together. And I was just feeling at that time just a bit fed up. I think as you get a bit older, you start thinking about, making sure that you're looking after yourself for later years. And when you're young, you don't necessarily think about that, but as you're getting a bit older, you start thinking, well, if I'm like this now, if I need to do something about it now, or it's going to get worse as I get older. It was very different from anything else that I'd experienced. I think because you took the time to find out lots more about the background of all different things, not just about how I felt and the injury, or trying to guess where or how it happened. It was a much more sort of information gathering session, which kind of, the questions you asked made me think about some of the things that I'd done, or which may have affected it. And it was quite an enlightening experience, actually, in terms of really sort of, because you asked so many questions and things that I think I wouldn't have thought that they were related, but obviously they most definitely were, because they had an impact on, obviously, the treatment that you decided for. Much better. I mean, I think when someone stands the whole experience of working with you is a completely different experience. That there's it was fascinating to work with you because of the way that you work, and have somebody stand and through touch and feel can tell you whether you're in alignment, or you're a bit twisty, or things like that. And I think I found each week where the treatment you'd given me, and you could see a difference just through touch and feel, and I definitely could feel a difference in my movement. It definitely has helped me. I do occasionally get the odd backache, but that is normally because I've been doing lots of heavy lifting at work, and it's not it's not something that's there every day. It's just, the normal sort of twinges of overdoing it slightly. But I definitely feel much more confident in being able to use my back. I used to find it standing upright for ages. It used to really hurt my lower back. I don't have that anymore. So that is a big win for me, because it used to, by the end of the day, I just couldn't wait to sit down, whereas I don't have that anymore. So that's a big plus.